What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new video. Kicking it off with once again Expedition 33. We're going to be breaking down this soundtrack. Well, this, track, but a part of the soundtrack. I've been having a blast breaking down these soundtracks, finding out and new information about how these were created and the fact that there was small team, 33, devs, small team that put together this potentially game of the year game, especially with the soundtrack. Again, been having a blast. Also, massive shout out to you guys that absolutely popped off on the last video. Well, my last, breakdown reaction video. Uh, Over 5,000 views. Absolutely amazing. 110 subscribers. We are going up. This just kind of validates or solidifies that the fact that there is a bit of a niche then, and people want these types of breakdowns. So we're back. Took a little bit of a break, but we're back. And we're going to kick things off with Spring Meadows' Cloud of Anxiety. Let's go. Let's break this down. I think there's probably only about 3 layers. Kind of want to say. So there's like kind of a kind of long sustain. Takes a while for the kind of strings to build up. So really on like the second, takes a second for it to kind of officially come in. So we have a main string. Excuse the demonstration, but you know what I mean. Like we have a long kind of build up, but then I think those are kind of like violas that kick in. Yeah, either violins too or strings. Kind of a second bunch then of strings come in, whereas kind of on a kind of mid-range octave. So we get a whole lot of more kind of bass. But it's all playing in the melancholy kind of feeling then. Raw, no effects. Obviously this was obviously recorded in-house in an actual, recording studio. But you know, in like post they add some stuff onto the strings, you know, mixing and mastering it. However, you could just tell the way that the reverb is coming off, it's authentic. And it's just the instruments are breathing, nah, kind of waiting for that, nah, but it's all building. Again, a little bit of bass there, little bit of bass there. No, it's not a bass, but it's, you know, with kind of violins, you can kind of go down in octaves. You can go to the high strings, kind of mid to low, but you can't go like low as like a bass cut. But it's there. Just the way that like the instruments being played is just mid range. Okay. But it's all slow, which is kind of like a long sustain. So a short sustain would be, you know, instrument you play, but there's like it falls off quite quick. A long sustain is that the instrument takes time to kind of fall off. So they're playing it really slow. BPM is probably like in the 80s to the 90s. But there, around here, this couple of seconds just building that tension, you know, that kind of sense of dread that people have, you know, who, you know, have anxiety and stuff like that. Like it's just that dread a little bit. Kind of a sense of dread building. I love that. After the dread, still that cloud of anxiety. The You hear the dread, the build up of the tension, the, you know, the tug and pull, that the kind of mid range, how the instruments were being played there. For 3 or 4 layers. So very minimalistic, right? But it's almost just like all of this kind of swirling with the tension as well. But after that, it just reaches to the. So you get this. Ooh, mysterious. Like, what's going on? Then that's gone, and you just get these high kind of frequency sounds, the way that the strings are being played there. But it doesn't remove that cloud. You know, it feels a bit hopeful, feels a bit kind of ooh, but it's still like you still get that sense of you know. And then obviously they let it play out. Absolutely fantastic soundtrack. You know, I've been skimming and scamming through different types of sounds, and you know, we're still going to be continuing with, kind of this soundtrack. We're going to be going down, and obviously we're not going down in kind of we're just picking and choosing then. So if you have a recommendation of this soundtrack, post down in the comments down below. But I think certainly with a lot of like the Expedition 33 soundtrack, a lot of it is minimalistic. But I choose because this is fantastically made. It's brilliant. Two or three instruments, and we can get this sense of feeling, to the aspiring composers out there. Anyway, guys, post down in the comments down below what you want me to react to. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It is good to be back. Let me know what you think of the game. Let me know what you think of the soundtrack. Do you think it's going to win Game of the Year? I don't know. You have Doom as well. Some good games that come out this year. Anyway, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and yeah, comment down below. Bye bye.